What's up YouTube? Capital G here, checking out a brand new Earthbound Immortal field spell that just got revealed. This is coming out in the Duelist Pack 22. I kind of feel like something like this is long overdue. I always thought it was bizarre that Earthbound Immortals revolve so heavily around field spells, yet the archetype never had one. And I guess after almost a decade, we're finally getting a field spell. If you guys don't know, Earthbound Immortal monsters will blow themselves up if there is not a field spell on the field. So you'd imagine that they kind of like launch with a field spell, but they didn't, which I don't know, it's just kind of weird. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about Earthbound Geoglyph. This is a field spell with a hard once per turn on the third effect. First effect says, while there is a level 10 monster on the field, neither player can target this card with card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by card effects. Second effect, synchro monsters can be treated as 2 tributes for the tribute summon of your Earthbound Immortal monsters. Third effect, if a synchro monster or monsters is special summoned, you can add 1 Earthbound Immortal spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. Okay. Basically, I think that there's a little bit of good with this card and kind of a whole lot of bad. I think that the protection effect of this card it's muy bueno. It's excellent. I love the fact that my card can't be targeted. It can't be destroyed by card effects. Basically, your opponent's going to have to use some type of non-targeting removal to get it off the field. That is an excellent level of protection by 2019 standards. The first effect is not a problem at all. And basically, your big Earthbound Immortal monsters should give this card the protection it needs. My problem is with the second and third effects. I don't know why Konami is so desperately trying to hammer in or hammer down this whole integration of synchro summoning into the Earthbound Immortal strategy. Actually, I do know why they're doing it. They're doing it because that's how the Dark Signers played them, or played the cards kind of on the anime during the Dark Signers arc in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, which I'll say it again is the greatest arc in Yu-Gi-Oh! History. The Dark Signers all played Earthbound Immortal monsters, but they also did a lot of synchro summoning, and that's fine for a 10-year-old anime, but like by today's standards, that doesn't work. Do you seriously want to just be like randomly synchro summoning just to kind of give your synchro monster up to summon Earthbound Immortal monsters? It just doesn't really feel practical. In my opinion, like, forget about a synchro monster. I think that this card should have just allowed you to tribute any one monster on your field to summon an Earthbound Immortal monster. That would have actually made it that would have made them pretty intimidating. It would have made Earthbound Immortals incredibly easy to drop, and it would have made them feel like a viable threat at any given point of the duel. The third effect is also really underwhelming because according to YG Organization, there are only 2 legal targets right now for you to even search, and again, this requires you to drop a synchro monster to even be able to search these mediocre cards, or technically I guess you can revive one of your synchros from the graveyard. Look, the point is you gotta summon a synchro monster to even get this search. You can get Earthbound Revival, which is a card that requires a discard. It adds one of your Earthbound monsters and a field spell back from your graveyard, which now that your field spell has protection, it really shouldn't leave the field to begin with, so it's kind of redundant to even run that. And then you have Roar of the Earthbound, which is kind of like a battle trap. It's very similar to something like Blazing Mirror Force. Obviously, searching battle traps has never been good because battle traps work best when your opponent doesn't know you have them. So searching a battle trap is kind of like telling your opponent, hey, don't attack, otherwise I'll use this card on you. So that doesn't really make sense to search that either. Honestly, I'm just really bummed out that Konami is focusing so much on, this Earthbound strategy where you have to drop synchro monsters constantly. Now look, if Konami has a synchro planned in this booster set, if they're going to give us a brand new synchro monster that's like really crazy powerful, okay, well then I'll reevaluate my opinion. But right now, Earthbound Immortal don't really have a reliable synchro to go to. Please don't say, Cap, what about 100 Eyes Dragon? That card might as well be a fucking Infernity card, to be honest, because that's the only deck that has ever used it. Hell, even Colin ran, he ran the card in the anime with Infernity because even he knew like this card only works with Infernity. So I feel like for this card to really work, like Earthbound Immortal are going to need to get a synchro monster in this set, or they're going to need to get some better spells and traps because the second and third effect just aren't really good. But hey, maybe they'll have some other cards in this set that are going to promote this strategy and make it a lot better. My expectations of Earthbound Immortal were very low coming into DP22, and that's pretty much kind of where they're at right now. Definitely not impressing me like Konami's been doing with Evil Heroes or the new Bakura cards. But whatever you guys think of Earthbound Geoglyph, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.